Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Daily Blitz number 2 for EA Sports College Football 25. I am Ball for Life 8657, and she will be assisting me today because this is assuming that you have just purchased EA Sports College Football 25, and whether you are on Xbox or PlayStation, you will run into a little bit of an issue, though with Xbox it is accessible. We're going to walk you through the process, and this process assumes that you have an EA Sports account. If you do not have one, it is best to create one on the EA Sports website, or the EA website at ea.com. With all of that being said, let's jump right into it.
Right here, we're just loading. We have the cover athletes in the background, and now we've shipped away from them to this page.
And while everything on this page is not the most accessible, with Xbox you will be able to sign in. You have a couple of options here.
Welcome to college football. Thank you for playing EA Sports College Football 25. In order to enhance and protect your online experience, please take a few minutes to create a new account or link an existing one. And the two options you have are sign in on this device or scan a QR code. Remember the alphanumerical code at the bottom.
You can scan a QR code if you are so inclined. We are going to take the sign-in route. So to avoid my information being displayed in the video, I am going to now pause the recording. So right now, here on the screen, we are currently sitting in an area where there are different agreements. And what you want to do is check the checkbox to say that you accept the agreement, and we are currently sitting on that checkbox.
It's the first option that you're on. I'm just gonna press A.
Console login pane. Link. Next.
Check it. There are other buttons you can press to view the agreements and anything like that, but most people don't. So we're next gonna move down. I'm using the left stick, but you could probably accomplish it with the down arrow and the D-pad as well.
You may be able to use narrator mode and the D-pad to navigate the fields here, but we are going to go ahead and sign in. She went down on the left stick to get to the next button, and we're hovering over that right now, and we should be taken to the email field. So once you have entered your email address, you're going to go down to the next button and press A. And then, if you have an account, which we're assuming that you do, you will be asked for a security code, which will more than likely be emailed to you unless you have specified otherwise. We'll obtain that code and enter that code into the edit field by pressing A on the edit field and entering it in. And after you enter the code, you're going to press the menu button on your controller. You will then need to go down twice to the continue link and press A. Sorry about that.
Because there's a little button there that's for resending the code, which is handy to know if you don't get it put in at the right time.
It will resend the code for you. So once you have entered your credentials, whether you are signing in or you are creating an EA account, you should, once everything has been set up, reach this screen here, which invites you to link your account. With pressing A, and now there's a link or button that is focused that says continue.
It says your EA account is now linked to your Xbox profile. You're all set to start playing.
Now,
and there's one more continue button.
Now that we've gotten out of that mess, let's hit the continue button and see what happens next.
One email, one account, one link, basically was our problem.
Yeah. So what should happen now is that once you start this and link this up, menu narration will come up and ask you if you want to disable it. You do not want to answer yes to that prompt. you do answer yes to that prompt, you are going to be hurting. You will answer no to that prompt, and then you should be guided through choosing your team. Now, I am going to pause while our team is selected, but I will point out before I do that if your team is the Tigers of Auburn, for example, there are 3 Tiger teams in the SEC alone: Missouri, Auburn, and LSU. Menu narration will only say Tigers, so you need to verify in some way that you are on the right Tiger team.
Also, there is a list. That is how you distinguish what conference you're looking in. I will list them really quickly, guys.
Dialogue. What do you... Close disabled. Magnifier mode.
Real quick. All, if you and you adjust this with the left trigger. So bear with me while I switch out of the magnifier mode. I use that for 90.
Narrator mode. Controller mode.
ACC. What's that one?
The ACC is the Atlantic Coast Conference.
American. Big 12. Big 10. C, USA. That's C-USA.
Mm-hmm.
FBS Independent.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Mid-Atlantic Conference.
Yeah, Mid-Atlantic Conference.
Midwest Conference, I assume. MWC.
The Midwest or Mountain West?
Pac-12.
Yep,
And SEC, which is where I assume you want to be.
that is where I wish to be, yes.
Magnifier mode.
Set to freshman.
We are here now where we basically choose our what they call hospitality settings. This includes your game style, your passing preference, and you can adjust your accessibility settings. Menu narration has been enabled here by Coziest Koala 306. Again, if you didn't answer yes to the prompt to disable menu narration, you should be good to go here, but we're going to go through these. This is the difficulty setting. In Madden, it's rookie. Let's see, we
Experience level option is set to Heisman.
Yeah, we have, I just went to the left
level
one. This
option
is
set to
freshman.
Experience level option is set to varsity.
Varsity.
Experience level option is set to All-American.
All-American.
Experience level option is set to Heisman.
And back to Heisman. I'm going to leave it at
option
freshman.
is set to freshman.
Also, I do want to point out that the backdrop and menu coloring is based on your favorite team preference. So we're seeing the orange as the backdrop for this screen and all screens within the game, or
Yeah.
most screens.
Most screens within the game will have that orange to it. If your team is Georgia, you will have a red color. If your team is LSU, you will have sort of a purple.
Yeah.
It's a purple and gold color.
It's always the dominant color.
Yeah,
that
so it'd be
they
purple.
use.
So let's go down to the next setting.
Passing style option is set to revamp passing.
Okay, so there are several different passing styles in this game that we can choose from. Revamp passing, if you have not read the gameplay deep dive, it's their new passing style where you can use the left stick and to try and fit the ball into tight locations. Each icon has sort of a passing meter over
Notification
it.
from social...
It's supposed to make passing more authentic, but for us as blind players, it's not really going to work because of the meter, because of where to actually fit the ball. It just makes it more difficult than it should be at this point.
Passing style
Unfortunately, that's
option is
what's
set
used
to
in online
placement.
games, right? By default.
Yeah,
or
by
you get to choose your own.
you get to we get to choose that right here. But by default, it would be the revamp passing. This next one going to the right is the placement passing mechanic. And this is heavily featured in Madden 24. This was brought over. This is where you use the left trigger and the left stick to kind of guide your receiver along. There is a passing meter that you can slow down, and you can it actually does have kind of a sound. It does slow down the game periodically for you. This is another passing option, but we prefer...
Passing style option is set to placement and % accuracy.
Well, this is placement and accuracy. This is the full Madden 24 passing mechanic. And the final mechanic...
Passing style option is set to classic passing.
Is set to classic passing. This is the passing that we've all used from Madden 22, 21, 20. This is the one that's best for us. We're not going to go down.
Crossplay option is set to enabled.
Yeah.
For the receiver you want to throw.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Crossplay option is set to enabled.
Crossplay is enabled. I wouldn't recommend changing this unless you just don't want to play with people on different consoles.
Accessibility settings.
And here are the accessibility settings. A lot of these in here will be familiar to you, but we are going to
Entering
make some
accessibility
adjustments.
screen menu narration option is set to unselected.
And we're going to
VoIP
actually...
window option is set to off.
That's for the VoIP window for the voice chat.
Subtitles option is set to on.
Subtitles is set to on. This is for cinematic dialogue. I'm actually not sure how much cinematic dialogue is in this game.
Enlarge on-field graphics option is set to off.
Enlarge on-field graphics. This is primarily good for low vision players. It will enable them to see the things going on the field. We are going
Enlarge
to enable
on-field
that.
graphics option is set to on.
That
Controller
enlarges,
vibration
like,
option is set to
receiver
normal.
icons, things where the names are down, things like that.
Yep, which again is useful. Controller vibration is set to on. This is familiar to those of you who have played Madden. We're gonna do vibration assist.
Controller vibration option is set to assist.
To assist, and that is once to the right. We're gonna go down.
Color blindness option is set to off.
I'm not gonna really play with these settings, but there are multiple settings here for color blindness. You'll just want to choose the one that best fits your preference.
Brightness option is set to default. Brightness option is set to higher. Contrast option is set to
Here's the
default.
contrast option.
Contrast
Raise that
option
to
is set to
highest.
higher. Contrast option is set to highest.
What that does is it makes the colors more vivid, which makes it easier to distinguish things like player teams and selection options and things like that to make it easier for me to be able to see things in the menus and whatnot.
VoIP to text menu fade option is set to 100%.
We're not going to worry about this option.
VoIP to text menu location option is set to bottom left. Quick chat option is set to off.
And what we're going to go ahead and do,
Dynamic camera effects option is set to on.
we're going to leave that alone. This is for dynamic camera effects, camera shake, and things like that.
Caster volume set to 100.
We are
Audio
going
mix
to
option is set to
lower.
broadcast. In-game commentary set to 100.
So what I'm looking at here is the sliders for different audio for in-game commentary.
Stadium speaker set to
Stadium
100.
speakers is set to
Crowd volume
100.
set to
Crowd
100.
volume set to 100.
On the field set to
A
100.
lot of these will be familiar to you from the Madden franchise. On the field, that's the hits, that's the on-field chatter.
Music set to 100.
We are going to lower the music some so that we're able to be heard.
Set to 75.
I'll leave it at 75 here on this profile. Hopefully that means you'll be able to hear me better.
Menu
Let's see.
SFX set to 100.
We'll leave that at 100 menu sound
Menu
effects.
narration option is set
And
to
we are
1.
back at menu narration. Now I'm going to hit the B button to go back.
Entering
It's also
accessibility
worth
settings.
noting that
Screen
when you
accessibility
switch,
settings.
Because when it wrapped to the top of the screen again, did it vibrate for you?
Yes, it did. I was just about to comment on that. So if you are in a menu and you are navigating and you are not sure of where you are, or you are not sure if you have reached the bottom or not. In this game, they've added a nice vibrational cue that you will feel through your controller that will tell you if you have reached the bottom or the top, or if you are wrapping back to the top of a menu. This does not work in every menu, but in most menus that you will navigate, it works. So I want to give hats off to EA for implementing that. Having said that,
Continue.
we are ready for the
Experience
continue
level
button.
Continue.
And what we're going to go ahead and do is hit that button.
I
Yes, this is a screen that does not read. It basically says that they pride
Positive
themselves
play.
on positive play, and you know, if
It's
you-
basically a code of conduct.
it's a
for
code
when
of
you're playing
conduct
online.
for when you're playing online. We're gonna continue,
Entering home screen play now is selected.
and now we are here at the home screen. So hopefully this video will give you an idea of what it is like to start with this game. Again, if you already have an EA account and you are already linked, you will just press A to accept the license agreement. The game should go and ask about menu narration. Tell it no, and you should be on your way at that point. If you do to select your favorite team. If you do have to link an account, you will want to create the account either by using the prompts on your console or by creating the account online. You will have to sign in with that account on console, either using the device or the QR code.
And if you do choose to use the prompts, your order is password, confirm password, and then the last one is
Public ID.
Yep. And then you'll go down.
So, with all that being said, this concludes episode 2 of the Daily Blitz series.